For the first time, a presidential library is coming to the Sunshine State, and it'll be in the heart of Miami.
A lawsuit has been filed against plans to build a Donald Trump presidential library next to the Freedom Tower in downtown Miami.
A scandal is exploding in Miami right now, and it involves Trump taking something that doesn't belong to him. We're not talking about classified documents. We're not talking about the White House ballroom. This is a $400 million property giveaway happening in broad daylight.
Cabinet's unanimous vote secures that Florida will be getting a presidential library, but the decision is also drawing criticism.
Why did Miami-Dade College trustees vote to hand over their most valuable asset in 3 minutes flat? Why was the public given zero real notice about losing a $400 million property? And if you're a Florida taxpayer or Miami-Dade College student watching your school give away prime real estate for free, what does this mean for you?
The Donald J. Trump Presidential Library Foundation now controls nearly 3 acres of prime downtown Miami real estate.
The truth nobody's reporting? Trump, DeSantis, and Florida's Attorney General just orchestrated one of the most blatant violations of public transparency laws in state history. They're trying to gift Trump a property worth potentially $400 million, and they did it so fast that even the trustees voting didn't know what they were approving. A judge just blocked it. And what's leaked from court documents reveals corruption so obvious it's shocking they tried it at all.
The lawsuit claims that Miami-Dade College violated laws by not giving the public enough notice before they voted to transfer the land to the state.
Here's what went down, and the timeline is absolutely insane. 7 days before the vote, Miami-Dade College posts a public notice for a board meeting. What does it say? The board will consider potential real estate transactions. That's it. No mention of which property. No mention it's their most valuable asset. No mention Trump's getting it. No mention it's worth $400 million.
But the deal is drawing pushback. The land, valued at more than $66 million, was handed over to the foundation without public input.
The meeting starts at 8 a.m. They do the Pledge of Allegiance. They do a moment of silence. By 8:03 a.m., they voted unanimously to give away the land. 3 minutes of discussion to transfer $400 million worth of property for free. And here's the part that should blow your mind. By 8:11 a.m., just 8 minutes after the vote, Florida's Attorney General releases a slickly produced promotional video about the Trump Library project. If this wasn't decided in advance, how did they have a professional video ready 8 minutes later?
The land, which is one of the last undeveloped sites along Biscayne Boulevard, is valued conservatively at more than $67 million.
Let's talk about what Trump's actually taking. It's 2.63 acres on Biscayne Boulevard in downtown Miami, right across from the Miami Heat Arena. Next to the Freedom Tower, Miami's Ellis Island, where hundreds of thousands of Cuban refugees were processed, one of the last undeveloped waterfront properties in downtown Miami. The Miami-Dade County property appraiser values it at $67 million minimum. Real estate experts say the true market value could be $350 to $400 million. Miami-Dade College, the largest public university in America, bought this property 20 years ago for $24.8 million specifically to expand their downtown Wolfson campus.
Governor DeSantis and the Florida cabinet that voted to transfer the site to the Trump family, community activist Marvin Dunn filed a lawsuit against the Miami-Dade College Board of Trustees.
But listen to this. Eduardo Padron, who served as college president from 1995 to 2019, said it perfectly. It's frankly unimaginable that this decision was made without any real discussion. We're facing a huge problem downtown. We are landlocked. There was a lot of sacrifice to gain that piece of land. And here's the kicker. Trump's not even promising to build a presidential library. The deal only requires his foundation to start building a component of a library within 5 years. A component. That could be anything. A parking lot, a visitor center, a hotel lobby.
Miami is becoming the epicenter of the world when it comes to freedom, both economic freedom and just freedom in general. I think that's why having it so close proximity to the Freedom Tower is a big issue.
And wait, here's where this gets absolutely wild. Eric Trump already released plans for a high-rise library visible for miles into the Atlantic, a bold landmark on Miami's skyline. That's not a presidential library. That's a skyscraper. Sources told NBC News that Trump's team specifically wants a hotel associated with the library. This would be the first presidential library in American history to include a hotel development.
We hope to have the giveaway of our land for our students taken back.
You said giveaway.
It was a giveaway. They gave this land belonging to our students to a politician, and that was wrong.
Think about what that means. Trump gets $400 million worth of Miami waterfront property for free. He builds a luxury hotel and slaps presidential library on part of it. He profits from the hotel forever, while Florida taxpayers and college students subsidize the land. Roberto Alonso, vice chair of Miami-Dade College's board, admitted on television they didn't even know what the request was for. "We're appointed by the governor," he said. "There's not many options." Translation: DeSantis told them to vote yes, so they voted yes. No questions asked.
Our partners at the Miami Herald reported that during the hearing, the college's attorneys argued that Florida's Sunshine Law only requires notification, not specifics about the purpose of a public meeting.
Florida has the Government in the Sunshine Act, one of the strongest transparency laws in America. It's in the state constitution. It requires government bodies to give proper public notice before making major decisions. And Miami-Dade College's notice was so inadequate that a judge immediately blocked the land transfer.
Dr. Marvin Dunn held a protest last week, organized with several people. The issue that you have is specific to what is a Sunshine Law violation by the Board of Trustees. What do you hope to accomplish by this? Do you think it's realistic that anything will interfere with the plans to bring this library to Miami?
Professor Marvin Dunn, a Miami historian and activist, filed a lawsuit within days. His attorney, Andres Rivero, explained the problem. The notice says the board is going to consider potential real estate transactions. That's it. How is anybody supposed to know that means they're about to give away their major asset worth up to $400 million?
On the record before the court does not believe that the notice was reasonable.
Judge Mabel Ruiz agreed. She granted a temporary restraining order blocking the transfer. From the bench, she said, "This is not a case rooted in politics. The court does not believe that the notice was reasonable." She found that Miami-Dade College violated Florida's Sunshine Law.
But the judge disagreed, ruling that there is a likelihood that Dunn will win the case and declaring that the college can't give up the land in the meantime.
But here's something that should absolutely terrify you. The attorney for Miami-Dade College claimed that delaying the transfer could cost the college $300,000. They're giving away $400 million worth of land for free, but delaying it might cost $300,000. That's 0.075% of the property's value.
Just yesterday, people did protest at the Freedom Tower against the Presidential Library, arguing that space was meant for students and shouldn't have been given away for free.
Here's what's really enraging people in Miami. Polling shows 70 to 80% of Miami-Dade County residents oppose this land transfer. Even Republicans, even Trump voters, many are Miami-Dade College alumni who understand what the school needs. The college serves over 160,000 students. It desperately needs space to expand. And giving away prime real estate for a Trump hotel project is insane.
The tower has long been a symbol of Miami's rich immigrant and Cuban-American history. Tens of thousands of Cuban immigrants passed through when they entered Florida in the 1960s.
Dr. Marvin Dunn said it best. They took land from our kids without the decency of asking us, the public, what we thought about that, and here's the part that should blow your mind. DeSantis appointed a majority of the Miami-Dade College trustees. These aren't independent board members carefully deliberating what's best for students. They're political appointees who do what the governor tells them.
A judge is now stepping in to stop the land transfer that's at the center of this plan.
But wait, here's where DeSantis shows his true colors. After Judge Ruiz blocked the land transfer for violating transparency laws, DeSantis' spokesperson attacked the judge personally. Sierra Dean said the judge is attempting to undermine President Trump and his legacy, and promised we will prevail.
Yeah, but an issue may be growing here, possible violations of Florida's open government laws.
Think about that response. A judge ruled that a public college violated state law by failing to give proper notice before giving away $400 million in assets. That's not political. That's enforcing basic transparency requirements. But DeSantis immediately framed it as an attack on Trump. The Florida Attorney General also weighed in, calling the lawsuit bogus and assigning both the Solicitor General and Deputy Solicitor General to fight it. The state is coming in heavy with their top lawyers to defend giving Trump free land.
I'll be very frank with you, whether this was Donald Trump or whether it was any president, I would not be a fan of anyone coming in, taking acquiring public land without getting public input.
Here's something nobody's talking about. Miami-Dade College isn't some wealthy private university with massive endowments. It's a public college serving working-class students. Many are first-generation college students. Many work full-time while taking classes. Many struggle to afford tuition. And their college just gave away $400 million worth of assets without asking them. What could $400 million do for Miami-Dade College students? Lower tuition, more scholarships, new facilities, better technology, expanded programs. Imagine telling students, "Sorry, we can't afford to help you with college costs, but we gave Trump $400 million worth of land for free so he can build a hotel."
The site, currently a Miami-Dade College parking lot next to the historic Freedom Tower, home to the nation's newest presidential library.
And here's where this gets even more disgusting. Trump specifically wanted this location because it's next to the Freedom Tower. The Freedom Tower is sacred to Miami's Cuban-American community. It's where their parents and grandparents arrived fleeing communism. It's their Ellis Island. And Trump wants to build a luxury hotel tower right next to it, using free land, wrapped in the symbolism of Cuban refugees' struggle for freedom.
It is just symbolic in so many different ways.
Andres Rivero, the attorney fighting the land transfer, is Cuban-American. He explained what the Freedom Tower means. "This is when I say iconic. This is really an important symbol of this community. So many people's families in this community, including mine, went through that Freedom Tower." Trump's exploiting that symbolism for profit. He's taking the most meaningful landmark to Miami's Cuban community and turning it into a backdrop for his personal enrichment.
College now has two options moving forward. They can either keep fighting this in court, or they can hold a new publicly noticed meeting in order to discuss transferring the land.
Right now, the temporary restraining order blocks the land transfer while the lawsuit proceeds. Miami-Dade College's trustees could simply redo the vote properly, give real notice, hold a public meeting where students, faculty, alumni, and taxpayers can speak, then vote, but they won't. Because if they do it properly, the public will show up in force. 70 to 80% opposition will be overwhelming. The outcry will be massive, and the trustees will face political consequences. The lawsuit will continue. There will be depositions of the trustees, discovery of communications between DeSantis' office and the college, investigations into whether trustees illegally discussed the vote before the public meeting. Every suspicious detail about the 8-minute timeline and the pre-produced video